Well, I am on my way back home. This is day 2 of single dad mode. Day one of full single day mode. Yes.
Single dad mode.
Day and a half of single dad mode. Yes. Had the kids a little bit late for Ollie's football practice, but I'll take some of the blame, but I am going to give some of the culpability to Ollie. I thought that he had practiced tomorrow. He has practiced today and tomorrow, and his practice started at 5:45, and at 5:21, sitting in the parking lot of the ice cream place, plowing ice cream into his face, he said, "Oh, by the way, I practice in 25 minutes." Well, we live 25 minutes from the practice. We had to go and get his gear and come back. We were about 25 minutes late. My bad. But at the same time, he didn't bring it to my attention until it was impossible. May I help you, young lady?
Can I use the iPad that you're not using?
I'm using the iPad for light for my video. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what the only reason.
Why can't I use these lights?
They're not bright enough, honey. Look, they're on. They're not bright enough.
Yeah, but
So-
mine is.
Okay, well, listen. I don't think you're in charge of production. Okay, you're not the lighting expert, right?
I am.
No. You just sit back there and pick your nose, okay? So I am on my way back home. A lot went on today. We went with all the babies. Everything went good as expected. A couple of stubborn ones, but you get that, right? First time they're a little on edge. They do the work. Second day they're pretty good. Third day they're like, I don't know about this. And you always have third day. You always get a couple of stubborn ones, but that's all right. Nobody was bad today though. I was pretty happy overall. What else? Oh, a lot else. We had qualifiers, schoolers, races, training. So, let's get right to it. The babies went good in the morning. Addie, for a second. How may I help you?
Is the food almost there?
Yeah, well, the food will be at our house before we get at our house. Okay?
Hey, Dad.
Is that okay? I got pasta. Different kinds of pasta from a place for everybody. We're just going to share it. Is that okay?
Pasta?
Is that all right, String Bean? I'm sorry, they didn't have any nerd salad. All right?
Not nerds.
Just sit there and be quiet. So, all the babies went good. I trained Aunt Lily this morning. Now, trained her in preparation of her Sunday start. But she's not racing on Sunday, is she? When the day started, I was of the belief there was a pretty good chance she was going to make it in the final because somebody had told me there was a horse that hadn't raced in a bit. So I'm thinking, it'd be good if Aunt Lily get in the final and drew good. Freedom Hill drew in the consolation. Gorgeous package consolation. Everybody seems okay. We had a tiny bit of sickness, same as everybody does this time of year. The weather's changing. The babies are all around. We've been watching it, treating it best we can. All the above horses seem okay. Aunt Lily trained very, very good today. I knew I didn't want to train her too hard. Trained her in 2.6 and a piece, come 28 and a piece. I thought she looked good. And then, honestly, a gentleman that I see him jog every day. And it doesn't matter. I could go by him juggling. I could tell him a joke. I could say, "Hey, how are you, sir?" Never speaks. Never speaks. Never says a word. I'm pulling Aunt Lily up. He slows his horse up going the other way. He goes, "Is that a 2-year-old?" I said, "Yes, sir. It's a 2-year-old." He goes, "Oh, my God." He said, "She looks amazing." And I said, "Yeah, she's a nice filly." I said, "She's in the consolation on Sunday, but she is not. She's in the final on Saturday." Drew good. Now, I don't know how it slipped my mind. We were going over it, Jason and Dr. Latessa and myself. And Jason and Dr. Latessa talked about it. The last time that Aunt Lily raced, there was just a smidge. Just, you know how we talk about bleeding or mucus out of 5 or sometimes out of 10? This was like a half out of 5. Barely worth mentioning. That is, if she wasn't racing for 100 to 300,000 in her next start. And I had told you, we got to the bottom of Freedom Hill. She did show a little bit of blood in her last start also. Both those fillies will finish off their season on Lasix. Not my favorite, but I want to give our horses the best opportunity to do as well as they can on the weekend. So both will be on Lasix. It's kind of rare we have 3 horses racing. All 3 have either outside, now with the draw, rail for Freedom Hill, 3-hole for Aunt Lily, both on a half-mile track. That's the great equalizer. Make no mistake, I would rather race either or both filly in the Consolation, but they're never out. They have a puncher's chance, and quite frankly, if Lasix can help either of them get over that little hump, when you look at the addition of Lasix and now drawing inside posts on a half-mile track with baby trotters, our chances did go up. More than marginally, less than exponentially. I think we have a chance with one or both on Saturday evening. I will drive Aunt Lily. Jason was talking to the race office. I believe Dexter Dunn and David Miller are coming to Northfield Park to drive in stake races. Jason said, whenever one doesn't take Burke's other horse, put that person on Freedom Hill. So it'll either be Dexter Dunn or David Miller. I believe either will do just fine, I'm sure. So, and Gorgeous Package draws the rail also. So no complaints. You know, we've complained off and on, same as everybody does when they draw bad throughout the season, about having a poor draw. But we certainly have nothing to complain about now, because that's a good draw. 2 rails and a 3-hole in 2 major stake races. That is okay by me. So the draws were surprising. We went from 2 in the Consolation to 2 in the final, and the rail with Gorgeous Package. All seems well heading into the last start of their rookie careers. We go through it the afternoon. Vehement. I warm him up. He's still a little footsore where he lost. He didn't lose a shoe. He lost both his front shoes. Broke his feet up a little bit. I warmed him up. I pondered just scratching him, schooling him. And then he finished up his mild, good warming up. Now, somebody had asked me, a lot of shares, as they always do in our barn, changing hands. A lot of people said, do you like him? What's the issue? What do you think? All great questions. I think he's a little footsore. I think when we got him, he had very, very heavy shoes on up front. We moved him to an aluminum shoe up front, which would make him prone to pacing. But, may I help you?
How far are we from home?
About 16 minutes, sweetheart.
And when do I see 2 cars?
I don't know. So, I get coming up to the gate. Now, in the qualifiers, as always, you have a wide array of different drivers of different levels of experience, and the gate was crawling, waiting for one and going for another one. It was frustrating, and I got up on top of the gate with Vehement, and I thought he'd be fine. He got a little pacey and touched his knee coming out of the turn and got out of gear. We have changed everything about Vehement, and it's completely mechanical. Truth be told, I probably shouldn't have schooled him when he warmed up flat. I should have just said, no, not today. Now we have to qualify. Whereas if I scratched him, we didn't have to. We could have raced in PA or in Ontario if I felt comfortable sending him there. I think Vehement will be fine. The reason I say that is because he wasn't agitated, he wasn't angry, a little frustrated, but he will be fine. I think all we need to do is change his shoes around a little bit to where we had them a little bit before. Train him up, school him. Just give me a couple of weeks with this guy. I would normally just say he'll be right back into qualify, but to do that I would have to train him hard on Friday in anticipation of a Wednesday qualifier. I just don't want to get into a position where we're drilling on this horse. I think I'm very close. Just bear with me a little bit with him. I think there's a talented horse in there. The only reason I say that is he's a $350,000 yearling, and he's got a great attitude. He's got a good work ethic. I'll get there. Just bear with me. The schoolers. Westland Warrior was awesome in his schooler. 2-4 last quarter and 28 in a piece. He is in on Sunday, and he will be sharp and ready to go. I hope he gets a good trip. Looks like he's drawn pretty good. We'll see what kind of horses he's in with in Corbin. Here's my problem. Memory and Imagination was second in the schooler. A little flat. We scoped him. A little bit of redness. Nothing too serious, but I am concerned about 2 things. One, he was flat. Now we're looking to ship him 5 hours to Lexington, and then an hour and a half to Corbin, back to Lexington. All the shipping in a horse that just schooled very ordinarily. It's a better horse than that. Then I pick up the draw sheet. One of the better horses in North America, with a mark of 150 at the Meadowlands this year. Or was it the Red Mile? It was the Red Mile this year. One of them, I don't know. In Dame Good Time, the horse that upset everybody in Vernon. I would think top 5-6 horses in North America draws the rail. Splendid. Just winning 52 in Lexington. Now prone to making breaks, but a very nice horse. He's in there also. There is a voice in my head saying, Anthony, just scratch him. Pay the starting fee, scratch him, leave him right here, and freshen him up. And if you want to give him a couple weeks off, give him a couple weeks off. Turn him out in the field. Jacob's coming Saturday with the last load of babies, with Mildred's baby and Isa 10's baby. Patrick the Piranha is going back to Tim. Some of the 2-year-olds are coming back in. High Hopes is. I Don't Play Nice is. We have a lot of moving parts on the weekend. On Saturday. What, honey?
Where are they going?
Which ones?
Isa 10's baby.
They're going here. They'll be in Northfield.
In Northfield?
Yes.
Like the foals that we used on?
No, the yearlings. So this is the ones we saw last year. The yearlings. They're babies, but
I wasn't there though.
yeah, last year you were. Last year you saw them.
Oh right, that was at Jake's farm.
That's right. So
the ones that you can touch.
yeah, that's right. So do we just kick him out in the field for a couple of weeks? This is a horse I like quite a bit. What do we do? I don't know. I want to sleep on it. Not sure. I know there's a lot of people saying, Anthony, it's a 6-horse field. Maybe you want to run. You'll get a check. Cool. I don't really care about getting a check. 3 would have to run for us to win, I think, from what I can see. Not a fan of the draw, either class or position. And then the way he trained today, although admirably, he did his work as best he could, a little flat. Now he trained awesome 2 weeks ago. So is he getting, or does he have a little bit of a bug? Which only leads me to the next concern. We ship him down to Kentucky with the opportunity to get horses down there sick also. Now Maury is coming back. Another huge update that I haven't told anybody about. Maury is coming back. Eric is going to focus on Corbin, and Jason is going to take Memento Mori to New Jersey. You may say, well, what about Megan? I would have happily sent the horse to Megan. I think but Scotty was concerned about complications. And you may say the exact same thing I said to Scotty right now in your head or out loud. Pretty sure you only broke 1 world record. But Scotty does have clients he has to cater to. It's a tricky situation, right? That's not to say that I would, in a heartbeat, send the horse to Megan. I just don't want any trouble. These are our horses. So Jason is going to go to New Jersey with Memento Mori. Tim is going to go to New Jersey with Time Is On My Side, and Megan will already have Tactical Mounds in New Jersey. We're going to have 3 horses in the Breeders' Crown eliminations with 3 different trainers. All 3 people work hard, deserve every single opportunity they get. And I'm proud of the way they did work. They worked all year. You may say, well, Jason doesn't know Maury. Come on, you trained him down. What are you talking about? Knows the horse as good as anybody. Well, no, Eric knows him better than everybody now. But Eric, being a good guy and a team player, he knows that we have Corbin also, right? Arson's there, drew the rail. So it wasn't all bad. Not all bad draws. Our 2-year-olds drew in. We're going to find out, is that the last start for some of the fillies? Gymboree? Grand Slam deal? Are they going to continue on in Corbin, or is that a little salty crew? Now, I'm not going to continue to race them if they're just going to get it handed to them every week. Maybe race them in a maiden if they're going to get beat up. I would like to get a 2-year-old mark on them. I don't have much interest in racing for the sake of racing, but I would like to get a 2-year-old mark on those fillies. That also is rattling around in my head. Then we go to this afternoon, 3-point blue chip. Johnny, love Johnny, sends me a note. 3 things you must know about 3-point blue chip. Don't put them on the front, not generally. Don't come first over, not generally. Can't hit him with the whip. And although I didn't see much whip work, Justin did what he can. I should have called him or texted him and just said, hey, sit in the 5-hole where you were. Fantastic spot to be. 2 favorites are up front. Horses sitting 3rd and 4th aren't moving. You don't got to go anywhere. And if you have to go anywhere, wait for the guy behind you to move. You see him on the TV. But he didn't have any of this information. Can I help you, sweetheart?
My owl.
Do you really think that we should be interrupting the video to show me your owl?
Yeah.
I don't think so. So, 3 Point did not race his best today, but that's not his trip, right? There's not much you can do about it. It just is what it is. And then Serious Dragon also, I don't know what happened coming off the car. This is a horse I left 26 apiece with at the Meadows. He gets away 8th, but they went in 51. I had Larry and a couple other people, wow, we got to get him back to the Meadows. Just, can you relax? We don't need to just move the horses around like gypsies. Serious Dragon can pace 51, I know, because if I'm not mistaken, I went in 51 and 4 with him, or 52 or 52 and 1. He is a 51 and a few piece pacer. And what I saw was a horse that got away in a poor spot and then gave up a decent spot down the backstretch to be 4 wide, 5 wide coming in the last turn and closing hard. It's just the way it was. Done it my whole life. Zigged when I should have zagged. Happens all the time. But keep in mind, Brett didn't drive that horse last time, right? Or did he? Can't remember. He's just getting to know him.
Oh, right, they're going to close the ramp.
They're not closing the ramp. Nope.
Wow, what time is it?
So, Serious Dragon, I know everybody just wants the horse to, I want him to race competitively, but now you see the problem. When the classes don't fill. This is the Mohawk problem. And it is now, he's got the Mohawk bug, where we can't get a class doesn't fill, and he's being used in different places. Bottom class goes in 51 and 3. Guess what? It's going to go in 51 and 3 in Mohawk, and it might go in 51 and 3 at the Meadows on a hot day too. Don't think you're going to roll anywhere and find easy racing in the fall. Shark tanks all around you. He can't get around Northfield, so that is absolutely 100% out. Somebody said, well, he fits a cheap class at Northfield. I'm not going to put him in to qualify at Northfield, let alone to race. If I had to race him there, would I? Yes. I just don't think he's going to stay sound there. So I told Stacy, I don't really want to race for $7,000 and be longer odds and get away 8th and not be competitive. If there's not a class for him there, then he shouldn't be there. The class he was in is written for this week at the Meadows. Today is, what day is today? Wednesday?
Yes.
So he'll be entered probably for the Meadows, I suspect. We'll send him back there. But make no mistake, just because you see the numbers on a sheet does not mean the class is going to fill. We've already been down this road. No gimmies. So he's in a bit of a... He's not in a funk, but his classification is. So we're trying to find the best spot we can for Serious Dragon. We'll get there. They're just not... Oh, I know everybody says, well, I know, but this is the horse that I have, and I just want to see him. I know you want to see them race good. I get it. I've been where you are. There isn't a scenario, more than likely there is not a scenario that any of you will go through at any point in the stable that I have not already been through, or I'm not in with you. I get it. But we can't make knee-jerk reactions, right? I have to be a little more methodical. So that's where we're at right now. I am excited to announce that Aunt Lily and Freedom Hill will both be racing for $300,000 on Saturday evening. I will drive Aunt Lily, and it looks like David Miller or Dexter Dunn, hopefully, will drive Freedom Hill. Both fillies, yes, are likely going to be in the 8 to 10 to 12 to 1 variety. Both will be starting on Lasix, so will be better. I know a lot of people out there saying second start Lasix is better. Not for every horse, it is not. And it may be between the inside posts and a little bit of help from issues that they're going through right now. Both of those combined may make up a major component of being the big equalizer. I wouldn't count either of them out. They both raced admirably in the Star Stake races from time to time throughout the year. Neither are slouches. And then gorgeous package on Sunday. Oliver finished football practice day, but plays in a baseball tournament in Sandusky this weekend. Yes, honey?
Do we have a horse named Aunt Sarah?
Yes, we have a horse named Aunt Sarah.
What about Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch. We do not have a horse named Captain Crunch.
There is a horse named
There's a stud named Captain Crunch. And we have a horse he named Time is on my side. His daddy is Captain Crunch.
Mom is Punchy.
I think it's Captain Crunch.
Last time Punchy was at Albon.
Yeah, Punchy's gone to be a mummy. We sold him.
Why?
That's the way it is. Oh, quit your whining. Okay, you guys stop. Both of you stop. So, single dad day number 1.5 is coming to an end. We have school tomorrow. Now I have to email Addie's teacher. I'm going to pick her up at 11 a.m. Or when's lunch start for you, honey? When's your recess? Do you know what time?
After lunch.
Thank you. It's a stupid question, really. You can't tell time. How would you possibly know?
That's
I'm gonna.
funny.
What time does she have? What time's her recess over? Do you know?
Maybe like 10 o'clock.
I'm gonna try and pick you up at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And we're gonna go to the Meadows. Ollie, Jason's gonna pick up Ollie. Yes, a little bit early.
Why?
Because I have to go to the Meadows in Pennsylvania. And Jason's going to pick Ollie up at school, take him to football practice. I'm going to pick you up at football practice. Ava's going with her friends to Cedar Point. All is well in the McDonald
My
family.
friends are going to see the boy on Halloween.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun. So that is it for today. Tomorrow's a new day. What do we got going on tomorrow? We got Stay Close. Now, Stay Close tied up last week a little bit. Tim's going to have to be a bit of a magician to have this AST in levels I would say were acceptable for him to win a race tomorrow. If he goes out and wins tomorrow, I'll tell you what. Well, I already know he's a tough horse. It's not going to. It may reaffirm any number of statements I've made about this horse, but he's in tougher tomorrow. He is coming off a win, but that win was not easy. He did tie up a little bit in the race, and he did tie up in the race. His CK was such that it was taken the day after the race, and his CK was still high. His AST was on its way up, hadn't even retreated yet, and it was at 4,400. So a tall hill to climb for this week for him. He might be a little flat tomorrow, but I'll tell you what, don't count him out. He's as tough as whalebone, that horse. Drebin races tomorrow. He too tied up a tiny bit, much smaller and much more manageable amount than Stay Close. They're in tomorrow. La Doriane. I was tempted to put Ronnie on La Doriane. He won her last 2 starts with her, but she had the 9-hole and whatever. I'll drive her. And insider trading tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, Save America races at Dayton and Texan Soprano tomorrow evening. A big weekend for us. We have racing in Dayton on Friday. We have racing at the Meadows on Friday. We have racing at Northfield on Friday and Yonkers on Friday.
Yonkers?
Tactical Mountains race at Yonkers. Ollie is playing in a baseball tournament Saturday at Sandusky. We got to figure out where our accommodations are going to be. And we got to take Cruise now because I opened that Pandora's box. So we got to figure out a hotel that is pet friendly for Cruisy.
We already found one.
Yeah, the Hampton Inn, I saw it. And gonna go easy. No, I'm gonna go really hard for the next 2 days. Pennsylvania, gotta train some horses Friday morning, go to Dayton Friday afternoon, come back home, Sandusky Saturday morning, and Saturday night. Stay over Saturday night in Sandusky. And then Sunday, hopefully early, Ollie can play. And then he has football in the afternoon.
My football game is at 4.
What's at 4?
Yes.
Oh, you should have lots of time then. So old Dion and Bo here are gonna play baseball Sunday morning and football Sunday afternoon. So that's what the McDonald schedule looks like. Single dad Anthony talking right now.
Single son Ollie.
Get over there. Addie's just randomly talking about sports. You. So we're home now. I'm going to talk to you all very soon. I hope you guys had a good night. For my partners in Vehement, just relax. This is a nice horse. I'm not saying he's an open trotter, but we're going to have a lot of fun with this guy. I like his attitude. And I love... Hey, you! Shh! And I love his work ethic. For my partners on the fillies, good luck to all of them. All 3 fillies on the weekend. And... we'll see what we can get done the rest of the week. So with that, I'll let you go. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening.